Hello everybody and welcome to World of Warships. This is me, Yoshi, today in the Minotaur. And I have a bit of Nine Cat British music running in the background. I hope it doesn't bother you, but instead you gotta enjoy the 60 FPS version of World of Warships instead of this shuttery replay, so I decided to just keep this music in the background. Now we are in the Minotaur and we are slowly approaching this B cap here. We're using RDF and basically a maximum rate of fire and IA bolt combination. For the captain, of course. We have, of course, hydroacoustic surge, smoke, and heal, all 4 charges. We can already see that the enemy is quite present on the B cap. But now I see an enemy plane approaching on the A side from us, so I'm deciding it would be a stupid idea, first of all, to push into it and to stay static while doing so, because as you can probably tell quite quickly, a lot of ships will target me. Now I've already set the plane behind me as a priority target. And you can already see the first result from that. I mean, you can already see 3 ships there targeting me. So first of all, I have to turn around a bit because it will probably even 4 ships are targeting me. And look how far I'm behind them still. And now I actually see all the planes here coming in to the flank of our fleet from the A direction. And I actually want to help that out a bit, especially our Edinburgh that seems to have troubles loading in. He's pinky, so I don't know how useful it will be, but having a teammate survive is always better, especially if you can use him to bait in planes. Now we successfully took down the torpedo squad here with the help of the Edinburgh, but now we still have the 3 bomber squads, so of course we want to focus on them and see how many ships and shells are flying at me right now, even though I'm really far behind and running away. Oh, sadly we cannot shoot down all the planes before they hit our Edinburgh with bombs and set them on fire. And from RDF we can tell that there's an enemy destroyer pretty close. In this run we're shooting down 10 planes, so good so far. And with RDF we can definitely tell that the destroyer pushed through the A cap and is now somewhere in our flank. Of course I'm trying to hold the flank, but sadly our CV is not sending any planes. Now, from RDF I can still tell that the enemy destroyer is really clear, and now I'm actually detected. That means he's within my 8.9 kilometer range. I'm pinging on the map clearly that there is indeed an enemy destroyer. And our CV is actually heading for that direction, so our CV should clear that area before he is proceeding through that waypoint. But so far we are getting no support, and I'm deciding to drop torpedoes, because he's in my 8 kilometer range, so these torpedoes definitely have range, and maybe I'm lucky. And now you can actually see that he is targeting me. The target the skill is telling me that 2 ships are targeting me, and one of which is definitely the destroyer. So I can tell that he's looking with his torpedo tubes most likely at me right now, and using that I can conclude that it's better for me to evade them right now. It's pretty close, so I don't have much reaction time, and you can already see that those are the torpedoes that he just launched. It's a great timing because now I'm in smoke and I don't really need to use my hydro just yet. And I can actually use it. When I use it I actually see the Shimikaze pretty close next to me. Now I was probably not the one spotting him, but still, we're getting 8 hits here. Continuing to blind fire him, getting 2 more hits. Continuing to blind fire him again, another 2 hits. Still blind firing him, 1 more hit, 2 bounces. And it seems that was it. Yeah, we lost contact to him, he probably turned away. But as he dropped all his torpedoes already, I don't really need to fear anything in this smoke right now. So I'm trying to or judge the situation correctly right now. And we have a North Carolina and some torpedo bombers coming in. We also know that another battleship is coming in from A direction, pushing through to our side. And we see the Shimikaze still loitering somewhere around us. And both battleships are now in torpedo range, so I'm trying to position myself to deploy torpedoes, and now I see the Shimikaze behind me on the map. I'm deciding that the Shimikaze is a higher priority right now. I still don't want to leave my position, and I have hiders, so I know exactly when he will drop torpedoes. So instead of continuing to chase that Shimikaze, I'm deciding to deploy torpedoes for these battleships. Still trying to support our allied battleship Bismarck over there. Of course, changing my position in the smoke, so the Shimakaze will have a hard time. Also from the smoke counter you can see 43 seconds until my smoke is reloaded, so you can easily tell that my smoke will run out every second now. I'm of course focusing the closest plane squad. It seems like they're not coming after me though, but I'm using my other side to deploy torpedoes in a bit of a random sector. Sadly I missed one torpedo set though. Missed to drop one torpedo, so I still have to reload it. But that I'm just switching quickly to the torpedo setup. So you can just press F to start the reload of the torpedoes, which I just did. But North Carolina luckily took a torpedo there, but it flooded, but he managed to repair it. And now with my smoke ready, I already slowed down in advance, so I can quickly deploy it. We took some fire there from the secondaries of that Bismarck. That's not really a problem. Now the North Carolina is showing us quite some broadside. He's trying to blind fire us. We are getting indeed a torpedo hit on the Bismarck. We're actually getting 2 torpedo hits. But North Carolina is still showing us a decent sight, and he's currently the higher priority target, as we can definitely kill him before the Bismarck. We're getting good damage salvos here, 7k on the North Carolina. 30 seconds until hydroacoustic surge is up, and I can definitely tell that the Shimakaze is still pretty close. Simply because there's not much room between me and the direction the RDF is pointing to. I'm deciding to deploy the defense torpedoes on this Bismarck, hoping that he would run in the general direction. I probably should have put more spread onto those, as the Bismarck will probably die after one torpedo, so more spread, higher chances to hit. Well, that's basically it. Anyway, I only had one set at the point because one got taken out, but hey, there's the Shimakaze. At the point I deploy my Hydro, he is actually in my Hydro range, and he tries to smoke up here, but he's turning into me, so he will not get away from my Hydro here. And yeah, we should be able to take him out. Through the nose is quite difficult, and the Bismarck is actually getting sunk by the flooding that I caused earlier. I'm getting a Liquidator achievement here and a double strike. This is really, really nice. And now we have an enemy destroyer inside the B location, so I'm trying to get into the B to defend the cap, as we are still far behind by points. Now, I'm a bit complaining that our team basically didn't do anything here while I was fighting with those battleships. I'm just trying to get a reset on the Fletcher. I'm not really trying to kill him here right now. I'm just trying to get the reset. That's why I'm just moving my mouse really weird around and just trying to spray the area to get a hit. And there you actually see I got 1 penetration on the Fletcher. And that was enough to get a base defense. Actually 3 base defenses from 1 hit. Not bad. The Fletcher is trying to shoot back on us. And as we are targeted by 2 ships, I'm deciding to hold fire for now. I want to get closer first, and the Yamato in the background is definitely aiming on me. You can already see, I think he just shot us, yep, there you can see his salvo coming. And I'm just focusing on evading those shells. Trying to slip in between them. That actually worked quite well. Now we actually see the Neptune, but the Neptune is not really dangerous at this point. He needs to lead us in first and probably take some time. We're still targeted by 2 ships, but the Yamato is still reloading. Probably reloaded by now, so I actually have to turn in again. That's why I'm deciding to smoke up, as the Yamato is definitely my fire range. And I have too many ships targeting me right now together with the Neptune. It's not really a good idea to stay open in the water like this. We managed to take out the Fletcher, but he probably managed to drop torpedoes. I don't have hydroacoustic surge, so we'll just change my position with smoke by reversing. I'm trying to stay nose in. The Neptune also noticed my location and was shooting at me, so he probably also deployed torpedoes, and he's within torpedo range to me, 10 kilometers, you can see it on the minimap. So again, trying to get out of that range, this 10 kilometer range for the torpedoes by reversing. Our Shimakaze actually found those torpedoes and is being taken down by them. And as you can see, my reversing would have been enough to evade those torpedoes. Meanwhile, we can just get plenty of shells on the Yamato. He's trying to fire as blindly here in smoke, but luckily, due to my slight movement in the smoke, I could not only evade the torpedoes, but also the Yamato shells. So you can already tell from this that just moving a bit in smoke is already a big help. But staying broadside in smoke is really never a good idea, simply because torpedoes, everything will just hit you. And showing like 45 degree in smoke is also a really good idea in my opinion, because that way the enemy can easily hit you. And we have a really good timing here. The enemy plane is actually trying to, enemy CV is actually trying to drop torpedo bombers into our smoke, but he's deploying them too close. And I'm just trying to drop some torpedoes here to maybe get something on the aggressive curve first before I'm turning. I know that the CV planes here probably spotted most of these torpedoes, but it doesn't really matter. It limits the movement of the aggressive curve just a bit. I should probably have full fire here, but at this point it doesn't really matter. You have to take some risks if you want to be successful. So we still have this aggressive curve first pretty close to us, 10 kilometers, and that is a big threat, so I'm holding my fire to stealth up. And once I stealth up, I can actually show a bit of my left side a bit, so I can deploy my left torpedoes in the direction of the aggressive curve first. Still managed to get one salve off, but was quite inaccurate, so we received minor damage here. Again, you can see he's drastically turning in that direction, so I'm just trying to deploy torpedoes in that direction as well. He's showing broadside, so smoking up is a good idea, especially on this distance. He might have guns on the wrong side, but especially if he would see me, he would turn the opposite direction. It means not only my torpedoes would miss, but he would also be probably shooting at me. So I really don't like aggressive curve first from 10 kilometers shooting on me in the Minotaur. And I actually consider the Neptune to be a bad target, but as he's smoking up being static, I can actually take the shots even though he's pretty much at the limit of my range. And I can actually successfully take him down here. And we also get the torpedo hit here on the aggressive curve first for 11,000, causing a flooding, which sadly doesn't stick as he has the DC party up. But he's still showing enough side for us to easily penetrate. We are not only able to take many secondaries in AA down, we're also able to cause plenty of damage. Again, the CV is trying to really harass us in this smoke cloud. He's really after me. We shot 22 planes down so far, but we also took some big damage here on our guns, so our AA guns are probably not that effective anymore. But at this point I don't really worry about the planes too much. I worry not about the aggressive curve, it's only 6 kilometers away from me. At this point you could already Hydra me, and as he's showing broadside, I don't know, I'm a bit fearing that he might go with Hydra here after this. And that's why I decided just to angle up here as I'm detected, and was worrying that the aggressive curve would probably take a shot on me. But now I'm just focusing on evading the torpedoes, as the aggressive curve has a reload time, 8,000 HP, 4,000 HP only. We should be able to kill him before his guns are reloaded. You can already tell his main guns are already turning away, he's trying to escape. Also his back guns are no longer on us, so we don't really need to angle up. His secondaries are shooting a bit in our direction, but our torpedoes will definitely take him out. If our main guns will not, and we actually managed to finish him with our main guns. We racked up 218,000 damage so far, liquidated double strike crack and a high caliber. But our team is still almost 500 points, 400 points behind, and we still have a disadvantage of 1 CV. So the enemy team is quite far on Foxtrot 10 over there, or was last spotted over there. I'm still assuming that the Neptune there was alive, but I kind of forgot that the Neptune already died over there, simply because my RDF was pointing in that direction. I'm still spotted by those planes, and you can tell that somebody's targeting me, so I'm expecting from the Foxtrot 10 shots to be incoming. And I just saw a salvo coming my way, so I'm just deciding to turn in to evade it. Here comes the salvo, but due to the early countermeasures, the salvo misses by far. We still have a Zao shooting there, stealth firing on 15.6 kilometers on us. And to our right we have the Atago and the Yamato coming in. Now I played a bit with the fire here, showing that much broadside while the Yamato is shooting on me. I'm just assuming on this distance that he basically missed. Of course it was a gamble, but at this point in the game you have to take risks. Now that my priority is right now to balance out the ship count. I definitely don't want them to get the sea cap, as we're really far behind per points. I kind of missed the time on the clock, so we have only 4 minutes left, so even if we get all 3 caps it will basically be impossible for us to win the game by points. So our only option is basically to kill everybody in the enemy team right now. Taking fire damage here, taking some APM damage from the Yamatos, and quickly deciding to use the heal and the repair party. Zoro is still harassing us slightly, but his accuracy is not really great. And that attack will probably die to the torpedoes, but just to be sure, I could also have killed him with guns here, 5000 HP, 4000 HP, and he's fine by the torpedo. Now we only need to get the B cap real quick, and after that we need to get the A cap, but even with that we will not be able to get enough points in time to turn the points in our favor. So at this point I'm just deciding to go into stat firing range on the Yamato. It's 13.5 kilometers for the Minotaur, so as long as I'm staying 13.5 kilometers away, this Yamato will not be able to directly detect me. As I know that the enemy series is quite far and probably low on planes, we can just go for this engagement right now. Our gearing is helping us with stealth firing here. I'm actually still receiving some hits, I'm not sure if those were from the Zao or from the Yamato. Probably from the Zao. We're just trying to reduce the health here. Our gearing is pretty close, so it's probably already launched torpedoes on him. We can't see this right now, but the Yamato overall still has a fire taking on him. And my accuracy is not really good right now. You can see many salvos missing here. Wasn't really concentrating at this point. Was maybe a bit nervous as well. And it seems like the Yamato just used damage repair party. He probably choose bad timing for that, as the gearing torpedoes are literally inbound on that Yamato, and his DC party is offline by now. So he takes the torpedo, he takes the flooding, and you can see his HP is just ticking down, 1300 and dead. That's how quickly a Yamato can die from flooding. And as you can see on the minimap, all my mid-range AA died, and on the Minotaur, the mid-range AA is the most powerful one. The AA main battery, the long-range guns are doing about 100 DPS, and the mid-range are doing about 416 DPS, and you can just see there on the right side, they are all dead. So sadly I'm no longer able to shoot down all planes effectively, but they're trying to focus the gearing here, which luckily smoked up and is also helping out with AA. Luckily this CB is not really able to get many hits here. I know with RDF the Zao is inside the A cap, so I'm trying to go for him. We don't really have much time, but I'm not noticing that in that game. Just focusing on the current situation, the minimap, the position of the enemies. Oh, you can actually see him trying to shoot over the hill there. That means he's not far. Luckily those planes are missing. Good for us. We got 35 tank kills so far, but only 35 seconds left in battle. 243,000 damage so far. I'm deciding it would be a good idea to just go for the Zao, so we can get the A capture point afterwards, as I literally lost the feeling for the time, so I assume we still have plenty of time in the battle. Sadly we do not have that. The Zao is doing a big mistake, showing us so much side. We get 3,700, 5,600 damage, 2,600 damage, and we are able to finish off the Zao. That was really fast, considering how healthy that Zao was, but sadly the time is running out, and we're finished in the battle. Sadly in a defeat. We could have easily won this if we would have more time, but in total we're going for 260,000 damage, 2,400 base XP on a loss. That's definitely worth mentioning. And here you can see the damage, potential damage 3.2 million, definitely not bad. Also credits wise we are racking up 350,000 silver credits on a loss, definitely not bad. We're also getting Liquidator, Confederate, Double Strike, Dreadnought, Kraken Unleashed, and High Caliber. Thank you for watching. This was me and the Minotaur. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a really tense game, and maybe we can have more of these in the future. Thank you for watching. It was me, Yoshi.